Well, here we are. We're fishing off the cliffs to start. It is high water now. We're going to fish it down, and hopefully I'll get down there somehow, but I think I'll get a bit muddy. But what a day, eh? I'm sure you can hear them waves. Bit bigger than a 0.4 metre swell, I think. Don't think we'll catch out apart from bass, but if you want to keep watching, keep watching. That all went wrong for the intro, didn't it? I'm here with Colin. He's going to help me get down. He's already helped me get down some of the way, but if I lightened all my gear up to one rod, I'd be able to do it. But this is Verns Sea Fishing, and I'd like you to keep watching, click that subscribe button, and we'll cut the intro. Right, let's get this cast out. Well, that was a little bit hard work. It weren't hard work. It was difficult for me, but the worst bit is to come. I ain't got a clue. I haven't fished this beach for 2 years. Last time I came here was with Tom, and Tom carried all my gear. No, he didn't, because I was stubborn and I wanted to carry it to see if I could do it. And I got to the top and I thought to myself, I can't do it. So that's why I never come back. And last summer it sort of like upset me a bit, because this is where I love to be. Not only for the seclusion and being on your own, and you haven't got tourists all around you, so you can just fish and have your mind all to yourself. It's I'm hoping there isn't a huge lot of pull, but obviously clearly the tide is whacking us in. We might fish here a bit and realise that we can't hold bottom, because the waves are really from left to right. It's not a big tide, it's a 5.1 metre, something like that. I do apologise for the waves, but they sound beautiful, don't they? Colin's going to have to go fish up there, so we've got a bit of rum. Going to have to launch it to the left. I might pull this in a minute and launch it further to the left, because I did chuck it straight out. But yeah, this is Tunstall, and I cocked the intro up yet again, but that's me just lately. But yeah, we're at Tunstall. I've got Sandlemere to the right of me. I've got Rectory to the right of me. This is Sea Lane. You have to drive through Tunstall to get here. There isn't another village any closer to this mark than Tunstall, so I call it Tunstall. Yes, it's at the end at Sea Lane, Tunstall, but it's not Birmingham, so I can't say I'm fishing at Birmingham. I am at Tunstall, and that's where I am. So next mark is the rectory, which is in Tunstall. That's like 150, 200 yards. All these marks are on top of each other. Then you've got the road which goes into the sea at the top, huge cliff. I don't think there's a get down there, but I haven't checked. And then, which is Tunstall, where the house is being demolished. And then you got Saint Lemaire. To the left of me you got Hillston, and so on. So I'm going to take my tablet now, because my alarm's going off for it. I'll just snooze it. I have to keep snoozing it until I've took it, because if I turn it off I can then start doing something else, and I think to myself I ain't took my tablet. But yeah, so we're fishing here. At the minute we might have to move, I don't know, but I'm hoping that we can get down the bottom. There is a route to get down the bottom, but the last 2 foot of it is sludgy clay, and I will get absolutely covered, but it's the way it is, isn't it? Colin's meant to be coming down. I think he's gone. His box is only at the top. I think he's left me. I might have to reel that in and might have a fish on it. I don't think so. What I think I've got is a lot of water bashing on my line. It's gone to the right. I will reel it in and chuck it back out again. What I'll do is I shall bring you back in a bit. Where's Colin gone? He's down a bunk, hasn't he? I bet he's emptying his box out and taking it back. I said I'm only going to take one rod, and he said nah, take 2. And I shouldn't have done, because whenever you're fishing down the tide down, just take 1 rod. It's too much work to do with 2. So I've now got a rod with me that's spare. Shame really. It can't be a fish, it's got to be the waves. Right, I'll bring you back in a bit. Keep watching, leave us a comment, give us a thumbs up, and subscribe, because it's free. Does me a favour. It gives me the incentive to go out. And yeah, and if you've unsubscribed and you subscribe and you unsubscribe and you subscribe, why don't you just think about leaving it subscribed? Or yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm going. There's my rods. I'll quickly show you my rods. This rod here is the first time I've fished with it now. This is the rod I got off Charlie Needham that John Spalton picked up at the River Nene. I've put a new sticker on because I damaged the other sticker trying to sort it out. And yeah, Bonder sealed it all. Left all the eyes on. It was just a splash and dash. See you in a bit. Right, let's get this reeled in before I get in trouble with it. there. I got stuck then. Yeah, it's hard work walking on this uneven ground. So I'll keep an eye on that rod, but it is pulling round a bit. But we're air fishing today. What a beautiful place it is, isn't it? Well, Colin's over there, but the water's going out now. And you can see some of the stones on the beach now. But as much as I love it here, I don't like it. I don't like it because I'd forgotten how awkward it is to walk on uneven ground. And it might be a slog walking on a beach for me, and hard work, especially if it's fluffy sand, but it's a lot easier than walking on uneven ground and trying to lift your leg up. I'm going to do some exercise in a minute, but my line is over there again. I'm going to have to pull it in again. That's just the way it is. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull it in now, because if I leave it, I just pulled it up the cliff just now because I'd left it too long. Oh, let's set you up there. Let's hope. That got stuck in the cliff again. So put the wires out. There's no bait left on it. It was the original bait. I've used the same bait for 2 casts, and it was battered. It lasts the first one, but to reel it in and cast it out, that bait could have come off when it hit the water. But I'm not chucking that again until we get down the bottom, because I can't even return the fish, can I? I can return the fish. I can get as close down as I can and throw it in the water. But the water is now receded, as you can see. See, that one will hit, but then the next few won't hit. Do you know what I mean? See, that don't hit. If you chuck a fish from there, it's just gonna hit that 2-inch depth of water, and it's gonna batter the fish into it. So I'm not into that. So I think I'm just gonna wait here until we can get down. But I've got too much gear. It's doing me head in. I don't like having an extra rod with me. I should have just left it at the van. But if this tide pull keeps on here, I guess it'll be the same all the way down. So if we can get down on the sand, then I'll just fish here, because it'll be the same as anywhere else. If we drove all the way to Kilnsey or Easington, it'd be the same. But how can that be different? That Tuesday, it was Tuesday this week, wasn't it? I fished Easington and there was no tidal pull, but today every tide is different. I know that. You'd like to think that it wasn't. Anyhow, Colin's getting all sorted. I'll bring you back. Oh, I'm gonna eat this, look. I went in the cupboard to get some bread to make sandwiches, and we'd got a few rounds but not a lot. So I thought, I went and bought the wife a sandwich today because she didn't have any food. So I went nipped out and got her a sandwich, and then I thought, sod it, I'll get myself some. As soon as we got ham in the fridge but not much bread. So I thought, do you know what? So the time I waited for this, nearly fell over. The time I waited for this, I could have made my own sandwiches, but I just didn't have the stuff. So I'm gonna eat this now, have a drink of water, and just sit down and chill out. Look at that water. I thought I'd bring you back. I'm not fishing because the water has gone away. Colin has just cast it out, but I just wanted to bring you back to show you the waves, because I don't know the next time I'll be able to get down there. Probably once I've had my operation. I think it'll be pulling left to right along the whole coast. There ain't going to be segments where it isn't. It's going to be the same everywhere. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm planning on getting down here. It's just awkward for me walking on uneven ground. That's my problem. But we're going to go down this bit here. But the bit at the bottom is wet. And if anybody knows these cliffs, it's just boggy. Colin, keep them at your end until we get down, because I'm waiting till I get down now. Yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this. Colin has got some rag. He's just been bringing me some rag over, which is nice of him. I can't even get over to Colin, it's too much hard work. But yeah, what a beautiful day, eh? Tunstall. Probably been better to go somewhere else. Too much swell yet again. But I was meant to go fishing with Colin last week, and it was rubbish weather, so we binned it off and said we'd come this weekend. And I didn't want to say we'll bin Friday off again, and it said 0.4 metre swell, but as you can see, that's a bit more than 0.4 metre. I ain't got a clue what the beach is like now. Like I said, it's been over 2 years since I've been here. But those waves are breaking a long way out. So I would say there's probably gullies. I don't know if I'll be able to get through them. And there's obviously a sandbank right out, because the waves are breaking a long way out. So by the end of this session, we will know. Now when I come down there, I said to Colin, I could come down there and fish this at high water, but the problem you have is the water isn't in for ages, and I don't like fishing if I can't return a fish, and that's why I've pulled this in now. and I'm set up and I've got to get all my gear down, so I've got to put everything away to get it down, because the days of carrying this down and running down there are fucking well gone, I'll tell you. I've got an extra rod. It'd probably be better for me to slog all the way up there, look, yeah, to take this rod back so I ain't got to carry it, because it's hard work. So will I fish these beaches again? What I'll do is, I'm on Oldie, I shall probably drive up there and see which middle beaches is the easiest to get down, and I just may try it again. If I come with Colin, he can help me get down, especially if I find an easier one. But there's no sand here, that's the problem. This is a 5.1 metre tide, which it's getting big, but 5, 6s and 7s and just touching 6 metre is a big tide this end. But so it's quite a large tide, but some of the beaches haven't got the sand, and this is one of them down there. If there was another 3 foot of sand, we'd be down there fishing, but they're in, and it's all the way along. So Hilston's the same. Hilston, the water is bashing on the cliffs. San Lemaire, that got sand, but I don't really know much about getting in San Lemaire. I think you can actually just drive in, even though you're not part of the resort. You can actually drive in and park and fish the cliffs. I'll have to look into that, but I've never really feel a bit sheepish about doing it. So I'll bring you back when I get down there, if I get down there, or we'll be somewhere else. But I think we'll stay here because it'll take an hour to get back up with all my gear, and by the time you get somewhere you'll definitely be fishing low water. See you in a bit. Well, I'm down. I'm on the beach. And the water's still going out. I'll tell you what, there was a couple of points coming down there, it was scary. But I just traversed horizontally along the cliff at like that point there, up there. And once I did that, I could then lead with my left leg coming down, and it was all right. And this clay here, even though it's wet, it's just sticky, which sticky's good because that means you don't slip. But Colin, bless him, look, bringing my box down, but he's doing it out of guilt, because he said to me, we're going to Tunstall and I'll get you down, and if you don't go to Tunstall, oh look at that, water's coming in, he said, I'm going to black your eyes. So I thought, I don't want my eyes blacked. So yeah, said he was going to hit me with his truncheon. I haven't seen him with a truncheon yet, but he's looking at me. Are you happy, Colin? Are you happy? See, he's happy. So yeah, if there were steps cut into the cliff down, you are? Yeah, big and shit. I think I could get down there on my own, but I'd have to scale everything back. I'd have to bring 4 leads, 1 bottle of water so I'd get thirsty, and really scale everything down. No hand warmers, because believe it or not, even though we're in May, I'm still putting my heating on in the house, because it's not getting hot enough in the day to warm the land up for it to stay warm at night. Because they're spending £60 million on practicing for cloud seeding. Yeah, we don't have to wear tin hats now because they've actually admitted it. This treacherous, not treacherous, I was right the first time. traitorous government. So hopefully now we're down here, it'll be a bit better. Certainly be able to cast farther, so I'll be able to cast into the middle of the waves that are breaking. But I've got no idea what this seabed is like here. You alright? What this seabed is like. And look at that. They're as tall as me stood there. I think I'm gonna get wet now. I bet you I'll have one wave that hit me. Right, I'm gonna get my rod built back up because I put everything back in the boxes and bags because the days of me carrying it down with the tripod all up have gone. See you in a bit. Gone in my boot. Water's gone in my boot. What did I say? I said I bet you I get one wave, and now I got a fucking wet foot. Do you know what? I'll tell you now, when I used to come here 2 years ago, I always left this beach fucking wet, and now I'm gonna leave it fucking wet again. Look, fucking ball bags. Well, like I say, we're down. I'm sorry for that bit of potty mouth earlier, but it's nearly dried now, or it feels as though it has, or my foot has climatised to it. But in a secret sort of fashion. Damp and wet feels quite pleasant. Colin's up there, look. See, he's up there. He's not stuck. Did you throw your tripod down? He threw his tripod down. Yeah, he's out of breath at the minute because he's been looking after me, you see. So anyhow, I'm gonna get chucked out now. I'll be honest with you, I slipped and lost sight of it. Fancy him up there laughing at me for getting wet again. Right? Not out that far. It's not out as far as it was at Easington on Tuesday. Yeah, let's film this bloke, because he could actually fall down, couldn't he? Come on, Jimmy. Jimmy Cricket. You like Jimmy Cricket with that hat on? Doesn't say what I look like.
And all because a lady loves milk tray.
But what's in that?
Kettle.
All right.
That's it.
Right, I put these stones down there for you. Look. Oh fucking hell.
A tripod, a bucket, and a tackle box. What's enough? That's all you need.
He got a rig. He got a rig.
A rig.
Well, I just snapped your line off, didn't I?
That's very kind of you. You were just seeing how powerful that rod were, weren't you?
I reckon it was snagged up out there. Either that or your knots come undone. It's got a little pigtail on the end.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Looking a bit off by the shore.
Do you reckon it was?
How far away do you want me?
Well, you can fish there.
No, I don't want to snag it yet.
Well, now you just got to cast that way, ain't you? Shall I bring your tackle to you?
I'll get that.
Are you sure?
Don't you worry yourself. Yeah, well, yeah, that's
I'm going to put you away for a minute because...
yeah, I'm in.
What?
They need you up today.
Thank you. I'll put you up there. I'll put you on my box actually, because then that'll be better. Right, I'm going. I'll see you in a minute. Let's get this in. It's down the beach. Starts going to the right, you're going to pull it in quick. Leader's snapped. At least it weren't the knot. One of them days, isn't it? Look at that. The knot's still.
Oh, yeah.
Literally. I'll get that back, mate. Because that's the only pulley I got with small ones.
What time we started fishing anyway?
Well, should we give it...
5 o'clock, we've been here about 4 hours, haven't we?
Yeah, should we... Well, give it half an hour. Give him time to tie this up.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think it's one of them days. I think it's one of them days where we're just enjoying the day. Do you know what I mean? It's we got here and you saw me up top, and then the water disappeared from the side, and I don't know how you could pull a fish up there and that show any sympathy or any anything half decent for the fish. You know, I'd hate to have caught a a bass or something, anything, and pulled it up there and damaged all its scales and skin, and then you can't return it, and you could imagine what I'd be like clambering down there with a fish. And in the end of the day, I'd have to go down if I dropped it and get saturated to get the fish back, because you got to do everything you can for the fish. So I binned it off. We've then clambered down there, as you know. I've had 2 boots full of water, which the second boot I didn't get mad at all. But yeah, 2 boots of water. Snapped Colin's reel off. Colin's down there, look, casting out. So yeah, there and now I've snapped myself off. So this is fishing. This is what it's all about, and it's fantastic. I'm right happy. Do you know, I think I'm happy because I'm back at an old haunt that I really love, and yeah, it's just the way it is, isn't it? I'm enjoying myself. So I might actually, that's my I ain't got no more slack. I'm gonna get this sorted, because if I film tying this, I can do this in the garage. I want to get going, and I'm still talking now, not fishing. And that water's going out, and I bet you at some point there'll be a gully out there, we can't walk through it, and then there'll be a sandbank the other side. It'll be just our luck. Feel the sun away from the cliff. So the tide's gone 8 miles in the time I've snapped my line and tied the leader on. So let's get this out. Well, I ain't gonna go far today. I think I'm about buggered. We're fishing. That's the main thing. We're bloody fishing, Colin. Well, I am. Yeah. I didn't put my light on. My camera's a bit low, so I'm gonna turn you off and put the other light on underneath. It just raises it a couple of inches, and I've just got used to it. And keep looking at my camera, thinking that ain't quite right. That ain't quite right. So what I'll do is, I'll see you in a bit. But we are at Tunstall. We are now fishing again. I broke my line off over there. I shall go walk over there and have a look for it. Huge tide pull on. I wish I could work out why. I haven't checked the weather around the top of Scotland, but I've been told that that influences the tide down there. What conditions it is, I presume rough conditions, but we'll work it out one day. See you in a bit. Well, I expect you're all wondering why I've got this top on, saying Century, aren't you? It's because I drove all the way here, and halfway here thought to myself, I didn't put my flipping hoodie in. It's still looked over the door into the utility room. So I didn't have no hoodie. And when I got here and I had it and saw Colin, I said, mate, I forgot my bloody hoodie. I've got another coat I could wear and then put my other coat over the top. And he says, it doesn't matter, I got two. So he said, gave me the Century one, and he's got an Achios on one. He said, oh, do you want this one? I said, no, I'll stick to this one. But this hoodie, it's probably one size too small because it's a bit tight on the arms. But it fits. I don't know what size it is. I'll have a look in a bit. But it's ever so heavy, this hoodie, because it's really thick and well made. I can't, you know, I think it's the same. I think it's the same as the Ziplex one, to be honest. The cuffs seem familiar and I rolled them up. These are similar, but obviously Ziplex ones are black. So I think this is different on the pocket, but I'll have to check it out. But I think it's pretty much similar to the Ziplex one, but I can't wholeheartedly say it is. But what it is if you want a decent hoodie that's warm and a good fit, then yeah, this Century one's ever so good. But I've been meaning to buy another Ziplex. I just keep buying other shit, do you know what I mean? Is there something under it? Yeah. So the size is for me fat boy. Need my glasses on. No, that doesn't say the size. There's the one on that side. Right, that's it. We're gonna go for it. I'm all nice and warm. It's a large. That's why. See, Colin's a lot slimmer than me and more petite. So I'm an extra large because I've got a fat belly. But now I've took this off, it's not cold, but now all that warmth that had built up inside me and was lovely has disappeared. It's now blowing southerly, and I'm not that keen on southerlies here on this beach because I've never done well. As soon as it's turned, I mean, I remember one session I caught a flounder and I was fishing with other people. We never caught anything once the wind changed, and it blew southeast, and that was it. It just switched off. It was there was nothing after that. But so I've never done well on there with a southerly. It is quite rough, probably too rough to do any good here really. You'll not catch an hound in that. You'll not catch rays. You know, someone might pull out the odd one if there was loads there, but it's not the conditions you want. And I still say, as I did in the last video, we need that weather to change, and tomorrow it's going to start blowing westerly for a few days, and that's what you need. You need it, I think, and I'll be proven right or wrong because Facebook will be awash with fish. So there'll be a few days of a westerly wind, and then all of a sudden I think the fish will come in before they get caught in the trawlers by all the foreigners in our water. What a bloody traitor that man is, what he's done. Do you know what they've said today? This is what makes me laugh. Everything that's done, the Chagos Islands are gone because we had to do that. I don't think we did. Yeah, if you're listening to a court of law and they're saying you got to do it, and you're a lawyer yourself, you're going to say, oh yeah, we've got to do it, we've got to do it. But that ain't a court of law in England. Yeah, I don't think Nelson would have listened to a load of lawyers and said, oh yeah, well, we better give it back. We've just lost a load of men, but we'll give it back. That wouldn't have happened, would it? So you've got a tin pot court somewhere, and I think one of those judges or lawyers, whatever you want to call them, in this court has been done or something for doing something incorrectly. I'm not sure on that 100%, but I might be wrong, I might be right, but I know someone in a court somewhere abroad was just nothing but a villain. I hope there's no channel there, but it's looking like there is. If there is, I'm hoping that it empties as the water goes out. But we don't know what we're fishing there, we don't know what the lie of the land is. And yeah, it's been happening all. I've had what, 4 or 5 casts snapped off. Well, I snapped off reeling in, didn't I? So if lines, which it is, has gone down there, I'm going to walk down that way and then reel it in. So I'm reeling it in short rather than long at an angle. So yeah, so it's all happening in the world, isn't it? And then what they say today, they said, I forget who they call, Ofcom. They're going to lower the price of energy and fuel and everything. It's a script, isn't it? They do the EU deal so they can then start going on and they just feed you shit. And they'll bang on about it and say how fantastic they are. Do you know how much they're saving us? £11 per month, I believe. £11. How much has the energy bills gone up? They've gone up hundreds. And they've done this fantastic deal with the EU, and suddenly, a few days later, we're saved £11 a month. Well, my missus will be chuffed with that, fucker. Absolute fucking joke. Colin's going back up there. You might as well bring it down, Colin. Minutes. Well, he's like a whippet up there. He's like a mountain goat. I used to be like that. I will be again soon. I'm just so chuffed to be here, actually. I ain't bothered about how much fishing we do or anything else, to be honest. When I reeled in up the top and thought to myself, I can't catch anything. I don't think I would have had any chance of catching, but if you did catch something, then it would have been a nightmare getting it up and then returning it. A lot of people just bonk it on the head and take them and eat it, but I don't want to do that. But just to be here on this beach, thanks to Colin, I would have struggled. I would have had, if I'd have got air, I'd have probably got halfway down the cliff and then I'd have had to empty everything out into a bag, which I haven't got, and then walk it back to the van to then come back here to then get down the cliff. I'd probably have to not even bring a rig wallet, so I'd bring 5 pulley rigs and 5 click down cod rigs, probably 4 weights, because every 100 grams makes the difference. But I should go along all the other marks and see what the get downs are like, because if the get downs are have got steps cut in, then it'll be a lot easier. Anyhow, I'm going now. I can't even get excited too much about what's going on in the world. especially for all the wrong reasons that Lucy Connolly, what she did and what she said. If you went back 5 years ago, you could probably go back 2 years ago, but if you went back 5 years ago or further, what she said would have been taken for what it was said, that she was wound up and she just said what was in her mind at the time. That don't mean she's going to do it at all, because I grew up in an era when you could say stuff like what I've had to put up with, and it's taken as just something that's said. Yeah, it's just matter of fact. It's not meant as in actually doing it. And that she's got 2.5 years, 31 months, didn't even get an appeal, and then you got people that do harm to children in disgusting ways get less time than what she's got. They reckon that there is, what was it, 30 cases a day, I think it is. 30 cases a day? I think it's 30 cases a day. Something like that, anyhow. Google it. I'm only telling you, just mention it. 30 cases a day of arrests through speech. I mean, what is this country coming to? Again, if you're thinking of coming on holiday to the UK, don't. If you're thinking on coming here to live, don't. I'd rather, I'd be quite happy moving to Poland and at a push Romania, because I reckon there's more free speech there. I think Russia's quite good. I can't see a problem going there, to be honest. Right, this man there, look, he's reeling in. We've definitely got a gully in front of us, haven't we? Look at that. He ain't got nothing. At least you got your weight back. Right.
Hey, you know that sit down where I wanted? Oh.
that went left. Hopefully that went out further than Colin's, and we won't get tangled up. I'm hoping that's gone further than yours and it'll swing round.
I was just thinking about Horns, even though you showed me where it is.
Hopefully that'll swing round and sorry about that.
Yeah, fair. I'll let you have your seat and we'll have a look at this.
Yeah, you don't ever want to walk if you can't see the bottom.
Yeah.
Don't walk in it because there's boulders.
Yeah.
You can be arse of a tit. Well, let's hope that swings round right and don't tangle Colin up, so I'll see you in a bit. Right, I'm sorry about the last clip. Believe it or not, the battery ran out. Don't do what I do, be organised. That went a bit left, I'm afraid, but then the wind took it because the wind's blowing straight down this beach. So yeah, so it weren't good, but it's what it is, isn't it? So I've got nowhere to sit now because my gear is over there. Colin is sat on his Tronics bucket and I'm here. I could do with one of them shooting sticks, you know, where open up and you sit on it and it don't sink in the sand, you know. So yeah, so what do you think to the ZF250 Ziplex? Can't believe I bought this last summer and John picked it up for me. It's whipped in metallic blue. It's still got the BNHG rings on, I think they are, and they're still going strong after all this time. I mean, they're donkey's years old, so yeah, it's not bad, is it? I like it. I've brought the other one which I've took back to the van, and that's a purple one. Now I've just seen up there a van parked. Now if it's the same person I'm thinking, he works at one of the campsites, and then when the season is over he then shoots up to Scotland to cut down Christmas trees, and he lives in that van. Ever a nice bloke to talk to. Right, so here we are, this is it. Here's Colin Beautiful blue skies, look at them. Look at that. That's pics. That blue swirl there. It's nothing like that by eye. Huge blue skies. Oh, it's a bit of a straight line in the sky there. I don't know what that is. Just leave the planet alone and let it do what it's meant to do. Right, let's get this reeled in, shall we? I never take the drag off and the clicker off, and I always want, it does my head in, but I do it every time. Well, I'm trying my best for you, but I still think that we're not going to catch anything until these winds change and it warms up. I mean, for God's sake. Don't know what to say. Someone's had a go on that, I think. I did see the rod tap. I did see the rod tap, and Colin had one as well. You have to be careful not to cut your line, because if I cut my line, I've got a long walk back to get another rig. So this is the last cast. We're going with a bass bait. It is a little bit longer than my thumb. I like to have a bit hanging off the bottom. So I set the hook high up in the bait, and the reason for that is so that the hook is further up and it doesn't hopefully get deep hooked in the fish. Got a semicircle there, 1, 2, hook it in. Right, let's get some water. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up in the morning. I'm not setting no alarms. I'm gonna go home tonight. I'm hopefully gonna get some chips. It's getting late now, but hopefully the chip will be open. If not, I won't get any. I'll get something else. And then I'm gonna get home, have a couple of cans of John Smith's, and then, because I got some, Tom bought me and Tanisha bought me some John Smith's, case of John Smith's for my birthday, because it was my birthday 4 days after, 4 days? 3 days after Karen's. That'll be the wife. So yeah, I'm gonna have a couple of cans of bitter, watch a tiny bit of telly, and then I'm off to bed. Wake up when I wake up, and then I'm gonna go downstairs aching because of all of this, what I've done today. Watch some telly. I might put a film on, might watch On the Buses, and then I'm gonna shoot over and get some more of them jelly gummies, turmeric, for my knee, because I take tablets which work fantastic for it, but I take them in the morning, then I like to take another gummy turmeric just to boost it up. But yeah, it works a treat. Since I've been taking the turmeric, my knee has been a lot better. Right, let's get this chucked out. This rod is fantastic. I've got a pair. I can use it for low water and high. Got a bit of weed on this. Not good, but it went straight and it's in the middle of all that. So the wife said to me, chuck one out short, because you might get a bass in that gully. So that's where it is. Bit of a balls up cast, but my thumb slipped on the spill, and to be honest, I am quite tired. It has been a bit of a grueler for me. Every time since I've been doing these beaches, every time I get home the next day, it feels like I've been in the gym. My legs tingle, my arms tingle, get a bit pumped up because the muscles are all gone hard. Not the main muscle gone hard, but you know, biceps and that, and my chest. But the main thing is, my field has lost its resident horse and chap that looks after it there, shitting and eating all the grass. So we drove past the other day and the horse was gone. So we walked the dog the other day, walked it 2 or 3 times now, and yesterday I went on the field and did some casting. Then this bloke, I'm at this end, and this bloke walked out of the woods onto the field with his dog and walked straight at me, and he could see what I was doing. Talk about I was a bit livid, it was unbelievable. You just can't, you'd think he'd walk 30 yards to the left or right and carry on across the field, but no. And then he walked past and he said, you won't catch much air. Well, He didn't get much of a reply. Anyhow, we've got squid on that and ragworm. Got about 4 rag on that, all wrapped up. I'd like to hit it better, but my legs ache. It's walking on that cliff. If I'm on flat ground, I'm all right. But yeah, my legs ache. So as I come round, everything just ached, and I couldn't put anything in it. My thumb slipped. But hey, I've enjoyed myself today. It's been really good, and it's been good company with Colin. He's helped me out getting down. I do like to, even though he's here, still try and do it myself. He says I'm awkward, but I just like to know if I can actually do it. But yeah, this is the last cast, and then Colin's now doing his. Look, he'll hold that out there. He's got a Sonic HT cracking rod. I think it's a Continental. I don't know the difference between them. All I know is it's got tiny eyes. Pain in the arse. Not much cop really for our waters with all the weed and stuff, but it is a good rod. I suppose if you put braid on it and fish braid straight through, then with them eyes, when the weed got on it, it would just stop at the top eye, wouldn't it? And you'd be able to reel in every time, clear it, and then off you go again. So you'd just have to change your setup, but braid isn't for me. I know you can get it cheaper now, but is it any good? I prefer mono. And anyhow, I like multipliers. Got more to think about with multipliers. There's more to do, keeps you occupied, keeps your mind thinking, and they're fun to cast. You know, I don't blow them up really. I blew one up at Silecroft 2 years ago, but that was because the bloody leader snapped, and yeah, because then the spill goes ballistic, doesn't it? It's in my videos, you can go back and look at that. Don't forget to subscribe if you like this. Give us a thumbs up. And do you get thumbs up on this? You do, don't you? Yeah, give us a thumbs up. I had to think then. And drop us a comment. It would be nice to have a few more comments. Channel's doing all right, but it's not doing what it used to. For some reason, I've gone into a bit of a slump. Have I got a signal? Wind's dropped a little bit now, it's a bit better. So where are we at? We've got emergency signal. Yes, it's not doing as well as I was doing. So I ain't got no signal. So it's not really changed much since the last video. It's watch hours are down, that's all. I don't know whether it's because I've said stuff which I've been told off by YouTube and they've shadow banned me, or they've altered their algorithm and they're not sharing my videos out to many other people, and the people that are watching my videos are my loyal supporters, i.e. you lot, and I appreciate that. But yeah, it's not doing as well as it was, and the only reason I'm talking about that is because I talk about everything apart from the real private stuff which I don't talk about. I've got nothing to hide, you know. Some people would say, oh, you wear your heart on your sleeve or whatever. Well, that's a load of shite. If it's on my mind and I want to talk about it because it's not private, then I'll talk about it. I'm walking up and down this beach, ain't doing me any good. But yeah, it's been lovely here today at Tunstall. It's good company, like I say. And I'm just so pleased that I actually got down onto the beach, because I didn't think I would until I get my operation. So I am chuffed. We've found an easier get down as well, so I shall probably come back here with Colin and get down here again there. and try it on a high tide, but you can't have too big a tide there. There is no sand on the beach. So what you can see is, there never used to be these rocks on this beach here that you can see now. It used to be all sand. And when the sand is there, it's like a metre higher. And when it's a metre higher, when you got these big tides, it doesn't hit the cliffs, which means you can fish over high water. At the minute, you can't. You have to go up. And then it's awkward, painful. So if you ever come into Holderness coast, first thing you want to do, in my opinion, is get out and have a look how much sand is on the beach. If there's lots of sand on the beach and it's steep, then you know you're going to be able to fish it through, and you'll be able to check the tide lines as well. If you can, check it at a high water so you know what the tide is, you know, on a big tide, then do so. It's even better. But you have to use your common sense, look for the tide lines and see how much sand is on the beach. Like this one's got nothing. So there we go. This will be the last show around. Colin sat on his bucket. He ain't kicked it yet. My rod's not moving. I did have a little tug on it before the last reeling, as its shoe with the bait. But yeah, absolutely fantastic, eh? And just how I like it. No one on the beach. Right, let's get this reeled in. I'd love to keep it out there and have a few more casts, because the tide's coming in, the wind has gone, but we have to call it a day sometime. And I'm going to call it a day today, you know. Well, let's get this right. How about that for product placement? Anyhow, this has been it. This has been Tunstall. I've fished with Colin. We've had a good time. I would really like to stay actually and keep fishing, but there'll come a point where it's dark, I've got to get up a cliff, and there's no sand on the beach, so you'll get washed off. But it's been enjoyable. It's been a story of two halves, on the cliff and off it. Boots full of water. It's all happened today apart from no fish, but I can assure you, if I'm right, as soon as this wind changes, which it is as of now, or tomorrow morning, I think if it carries on blowing west, southwest, northwest, I think the fish might come on. It's still cold, it's got to warm up, but that wind direction, it's got to be it, and I'm looking forward to it. So this has been a pleasurable day. I'm right chuffed that I've got down on this beach with help. I think I could get down here on this beach without help. If I travelled so light, it was unbelievable, and I might give that a go, especially now it's in another get down. So yeah, thanks for watching. Please support the channel. It doesn't cost anything. Give us a subscription. It is free, and you'll make me happy and keep me pushing along. So I'll see you anon. When I used to come here 2 years ago, I always left this beach fucking wet, and now I'm gonna leave it fucking wet again.